I'm Dan.
And I'm Dudley.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to our show.
Yay! It's another week down, and we're doing another show.
I'm tired.
You're always tired.
I sleep now.
What is wrong with you?
I'm a dad.
Yeah. Sleep.
I
Go
can't,
to bed
just can't.
at a reasonable hour.
I was up to like 1 last night.
Uh-huh.
No, midnight.
Why?
It was midnight. We were watching a new show.
What? Why are you doing that?
It's pretty good. I say it's new to me.
Yeah.
It's a new show, actually.
Yeah,
it's in the middle of a season. But
yes.
Jess was like, you have to watch this with me. I'm like, yes, okay, I'll watch it with you. And I cried. And I was like, this show is good.
Oh, and this is Doom Patrol.
No, it's not Doom Patrol. Doom Patrol's good, but it does not make me cry. I'm still in the middle of season.
Oh, okay.
Like towards the end of season 1.
I actually forgot it came out, so I need to catch up.
No, it's 9 Perfect Strangers.
I've seen people talking about it.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's hitting all those dad emotions.
Oh.
It's hitting those hard. And there's.
So I'm gonna watch it and be like, yeah,
no,
whatever.
there's a part I think will get to you too.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's a twin bit.
Yes.
So just a little bit. The show's about a bunch of people coming to a retreat,
yes.
and they all have problems.
Uh-huh.
And those problems make you cry.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's been just a lot of emotions.
Yeah.
A lot of emotions. Like I was just watching it. Me and Jess we were watching it last night. Jess was like, "You want me to come cuddle with you?" I was like, "Yes, please." She came and we have a big one of those long lay down couch thing chairs.
Yeah.
Reclining chairs, and she came and snuggled, and we watched another episode, and then we went to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why I was up too late.
Mm-hmm.
And then the night before that, I was up too late hanging out with you.
Yes.
And the third man, Trey.
Yes.
And our buddy Ricky.
Mm-hmm.
And then I ended up talking to Ricky for like 2 hours in the parking lot because that's what we do.
Yeah. I had to be like, well, I have people coming over, so I gotta go.
Yeah, you left.
Yeah.
And then we
Trey
talked, and then me and Ricky walked together back to the car, for safety reasons. It's a rough neighborhood.
Yeah, people are always hijacking those, kidnapping those white boys on this.
Yep. You gotta watch them.
Mid-30 to almost 40 white boys. You're always in danger.
Yep.
You're a hot commodity.
It's a rare commodity, but it's a sought after one.
Rare? No, it's not.
Have you not heard, Daniel?
What?
White men life expectancy has gone down.
Yeah.
For the first time ever. We're almost middle late. We're up the midpoint of our life.
Oh, is this it?
Yeah.
Is this the peak?
The peak.
I mean, I want it to just keep going. It's not a mountain.
Yeah.
It's a rocket ship.
Well, I'm just saying, it's we're on the downward slope. Used to be like, you're over the hill and you got to 40. I think it's less than that now.
It's the state of healthcare in America. It's just driving it down.
Well, mostly the pandemic.
And,
because apparently
idiot white guys like us thinking we know everything and just doing whatever we want.
Well, I think mostly what's driving these numbers is the demographic, the Venn diagram of people who didn't get vaccinated and old white people seem to be overlapping
really closely
a lot,
particularly old white men.
Yeah, so that's seems to be affecting those numbers.
Scared. I'm not scared.
Yeah,
I'm not worried about getting it.
Yeah.
Good Lord, ready to take me, he'll take me.
And he is apparently. He's taking them souls, man.
The show got dark real fast.
Really dark really quickly.
I'm over here cackling about people dying.
Yeah.
What is wrong with us? I think we might be terrible people.
All right.
Maybe we don't deserve to live.
I think it's the games we've been playing.
That's true.
Because both the games I've been playing are pretty dark. Deathloop is what
you played it.
I got Deathloop. I bought it. I've been playing it.
Yes.
And I'm enjoying it. I'm not as far along as you.
No.
Because I don't have as much time to play, but I am enjoying it.
Yes.
What
do you find where do you find your joy in it? Kicking people off cliffs.
Yeah, I do get a lot of enjoyment. The V, you click V, you kick, bam, you kick.
Oh, the guy standing over the rail, bam.
Yeah, there's a lot of people just staring out longingly, and I kicked them in the butt. And they fly over the rail to their death. And I've also discovered it doesn't really matter how high it is; they're gonna die. It's just like, they're on the bridge. Boom, dead. Boom, dead.
Yeah,
it gives you. It's really funny because it has. I don't know if you have the closed captions on.
Yeah.
So I have those on, and then one of them I kicked them. I was like, they're probably not gonna die. It's not that big of a bridge. Boop, and then it went over, and then it just said dead, right? It said dies. Yeah, that's it. That's exactly it. I saw the same thing. I was like, oh well, thorough captioning, because you hear him go and then but it just says, it doesn't say scream. It says die.
Exactly. It doesn't. It's like, what sound is that? And it's like in brackets.
And no, it has an asterisk.
Oh,
it's like, or the little star symbol.
Oh, I thought it was like brackets.
I don't know. It doesn't have brackets. It had like the, I can't remember the star.
Like the little action thing.
Yeah, the action.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, that's funny.
Yeah,
that's funny. So I get enjoyment of kicking people off things, and then the closed captioning tells me they're dead, and I go, good.
I don't have to look over to make sure.
I have joy.
I super enjoy the Nexus power.
I use that one
of my favorite.
I have it right now. I have the Nexus comboed with the shift.
That's my combo.
And for
those who don't know, the Nexus slab, it's the ability you get that allows you to link people together. So you throw it at a group of people, and it draws a little line between all their heads. So however many people you hit with it, it links them together. And if you shoot one of them in the head, it kills all of them. They all get affected. Yes. Whatever you do to one does to all of them. So you can shoot them in the head, drop them, and all of them drop at the same time.
Yeah,
it's super. You got a room full of people. Nexus, bam, and one bullet takes out all.
How big have you gone?
I've done like 7 or 8 at once.
I got caught before I could do it, but I was doing. There's the party.
Yes,
I almost
used
got
it there. I don't know exactly how many I got. That's why I'm kind of guessing, but I know it was at least 7 or 8.
You can get a lot there.
Yes,
and
it's
satisfying.
Yes.
I did the room, and they're all linked. I was like, I got too excited, and I had the wrong gun up, and so I wasn't able to do it. But I was like, the potential was there.
Yeah. I did have a case where I was doing some stuff, and then suddenly I got invaded, and I was like, oh, Julia, and I had been playing in friends only mode, so I thought, oh, it's the AI, and I waited. I was like, it'll come get me.
Yeah.
And nothing happened. I was like, man, it's taking a while. And so I climbed up on the roof of the building I was in, and I looked over, and I could see Julia over there. Like, I want to snipe her. And I was like, and the way it was, she was moving, I was like, it doesn't seem to be acting like it. It was doing crafty shifts around, and I'm like, it's not acting like Juliana. And then I realized that's not the default skin.
Yeah.
And then I shot at her a couple of times and managed to kill her. And then you texted me, you was like, that was me.
That was
like,
me.
Was.
Yeah. It took me forever to figure out where you were. Yes. I knew what direction, but you were way off, so it was hard to. And I didn't have good sniping ability.
Yeah, I was in Charlie's area.
Yeah, to hit you. And I was like, he's coming from over there, and it took me forever to find you. And, but I was having fun.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
I have gotten pretty far in the game. In fact, I am at the point where I know where everyone's going to be. All the visionaries, the people you have to kill to break the loop, I know where they are all going to be at the right times to try to kill them all in one day.
Yeah.
And I could do it, but I haven't done it yet because there's still little side puzzles that I'm trying to figure out. There's one I'm really kicking myself over, and I need to go back and just hit it. There was this weird hidden thing I found, and it clued me in on some locations, and I've been going to those locations, and I cannot figure out what to do.
Yeah.
But I think I have some ideas, so I'm going to go back and try some other things. I think I've almost got it figured out, but I want to see what that's about before I go on my big bam bam. So
Big Bam Bam.
Big Bam Bam Run, and see what happens at the end of the game. Because I like to try to finish it because I just purchased a game today that you have already and have been playing.
I have been playing. I've been playing Deathloop during the day mostly, and then I've been playing a little bit. Well, the last couple of days I've been playing the Diablo 2 Resurrected on my Switch. And I've only played like the last 2 days.
Yeah.
I
downloaded it and played the opening cinematic. And that's
it looks good.
It looks
good. New. The new cinematic is really nice.
I remember what the old one looked like.
The old one wasn't bad, but it looks really nice that they redone it.
And it's good. I was like, ooh, this looks good.
Yeah.
And then I haven't actually started the game yet.
I have started the game. And it's really weird.
Yeah.
Because of your memory of the game.
Yes.
Because as soon as I got in the game and started playing, I was like, this is what the old game looked like. That's literally what my brain, I was like, this is just like the old one.
It's really funny how that happens.
And it's funny how your memory isn't the sprites.
Yes.
It's just the essence of the game.
Well, yeah, it's like what you saw because you're used to that quality of game. And then when you go back to it, you're like, oh, your memory has softened the edges of a lot of this stuff. So you remember it being like, oh, it looks so cool. And you have this kind of rough chalk outline of etching of what it was. And you realize, oh, it's like a blurry version.
Yeah,
of it.
so I find myself going, oh, this is what it used to be. And it feels like it.
Yeah.
And it moves like it. And it's like, this is what it was. And then I see videos of the old one. I was like, ooh. Yeah. Ooh, there's some pixels there. But yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
But it is just Diablo 2. I mean, that's what you wanted, I guess. I'm playing Diablo 2 on my Switch, which is pretty good.
Yeah. I mostly went ahead and got it since I'm going to be traveling this weekend.
Yeah.
And I was like,
it'd be a good one.
I'm going to need some things to do on
It's a good one. I've been
my downtime.
I've been playing. I need to see how it looks when I'm docked and see if it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
But I haven't done that.
Yeah.
I've only played it in portable. And it looks pretty good on there, but one of those things where I was like, I might eventually have to get it on PC as well, just to see how.
I almost did it, but I didn't. There's a sale on the Switch that you can buy it for $60. You get it and Diablo 3.
Yeah,
so
you should probably do that. Why didn't you do that?
My own copy, but I didn't think it was necessary.
Well, yeah, because you're gonna you gotta give me my copy back.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
And are you gonna play it?
It doesn't matter. I just get it back.
You don't need it back right now.
If you're not playing it, I will take it back.
That's not the point.
That is the point.
When you're ready to play it, just let me know. And I'll give it to you.
So I can just take anything in your house that you're not using right now.
No, that's not how it works.
You haven't looked at that painting over there in a while. I'll just take it off the wall.
I don't know if you know this, but that's not a painting.
I pointed at that thing.
No, you pointed at that.
No, you're not paying attention. I pointed at the painting right there behind you.
You pointed to my left. Now you're saying you pointed to my right?
It's my left.
And I did look at that earlier.
Yeah. And I don't think y'all would notice if I just took it off the wall.
We would notice immediately.
I think that just means that's what you're saying. You're not looking at it.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if I lend you something until I need it back, you don't have to give it back.
Yeah, I don't.
So when you are in need of Diablo 3, just say the word.
I mean,
and I'll go
you're not using that dishwasher right now. I could just take it.
Do you need a dishwasher?
No,
then
but
you don't need it. Then
I would use it.
No, you wouldn't. Where would you hook it up?
Where my old dishwasher was. That one's newer and nicer than mine. See, your logic makes no sense. The point I'm making.
You don't need a dishwasher. Though.
You don't need my Diablo 3.
I just I'm holding it for you.
No, okay. Well,
just
then
let me hold it for you.
Let me hold a few things for you.
You know, people are like, let me hold a 20. I'm holding it. Let me hold your Diablo 3. I'm just holding it for you. I'll give it back to you. Don't worry. I'll give it back to you. You'll get it back. No worries. I just can't. I don't have it with me right now.
It's over there.
I got it at home in the safe.
We're at your home,
and
you don't have a safe.
I don't have it on me, man. I'd love to give it back to you. I just don't got it on me. Next time I see you, I'll give it back to you.
All right.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
So you're enjoying it because it's just the same game that it was.
It is exactly. I haven't played Diablo 2 in a while, so it's kind of fun to play.
It looks like your memory of it, so it might as well be the same game.
It might as well be. So if you're wanting something completely different, then it's not for you.
If you've never played Diablo 2,
I highly recommend. Now it will not feel like Diablo 3.
Yeah,
it is much slower.
Yes,
you have to. There is a running stamina.
Yes.
So that you have to get used to that.
Yeah. Well, it's like when we originally played Diablo 2 back forever ago. We had a 2-pack that came with Diablo 1 and 2. So I played 2 first because it was a newer game.
Yeah.
And played a whole bunch, got through it, and I was like, I'm going to go back and play Diablo 1.
Yeah.
And I started Diablo 1, and there's no running in Diablo 1.
It's all walking.
You just casually walk everywhere in Diablo 1.
And it's very like...
And yeah, it's just like you're going into hell, but you're in no rush to do it.
Yeah.
You're just like, gotta go do this.
I don't know if I've ever done all of one.
I've not.
It's one of the things
too slow.
Yeah. So I really wanted to do because they remade the level in Diablo 3, and you could play it, but it was only on the anniversary or whatever.
Yeah, it was only an event thing.
And so it's not always available, and I don't know if it's ever regularly available, but it just like, man, I missed it and didn't get to do it. Too. And so, I don't know.
Yeah.
They should bring them back. Mm-hmm. Or put it in Diablo 2.
Yeah.
Just turn off walking or running.
Yeah.
Now, the thing I'm looking forward to the most, in
Diablo
2, is cow level. I can't wait to do the cow level again. I want to see better graphic cows with halberds attacking me. Yeah. Going meow. I hope it sounds the same.
I
think
so.
all the sound.
I hope they don't make it more realistic.
I mean, the graphics will be a little more real, but the sound still needs to be mer.
What if that's not right either?
No, it's
not.
not.
If your memory's wrong?
No, my memory's wrong.
Yeah.
But that's how I like to think it is.
Eden's still playing Timberborn.
Timberborn, yeah.
Or as I call it, Beavertown. She's addicted. When she starts playing it, she plays it a lot. Which is the only reason I've been able to like just go hard on Deathloop, because they're like, oh, you want to go play Beavertown? Okay. And then I go play Deathloop.
I'm going down to Beavertown.
And then
that's how she talks, by the way.
That is not how she talks.
Like, I go down to Beavertown.
No, she does not have that kind of
accent. Not at all.
Not at all. She's from the Midwest.
She's from the Great Lakes area.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
And so she says things like pop and book bag.
And book bag?
Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, it drives me nuts. She's like, go grab your book bag. And I'm like, it's a backpack. And then when she doesn't use it often, but she says pop, and I'm just like, you mean a soda?
We call it Coke here, Daniel.
Yeah, we do call it.
We call it Coke. It doesn't. It's what kind of what flavor Coke you want.
You want Coke? Dr. Pepper? Sure, I'll get you.
You got Dr. Pepper's a Coke. Sprite is a Coke. All of them are Coke.
That is not as common as it used to be.
It used to be pretty common.
Yeah.
I remember. I remember that very vividly because I remember thinking, oh, some places call it soda, some places call it and pop for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mostly call it soda now.
Well, I don't call it anything because I don't drink any of them anymore. So.
But yeah, so she's like, get your book bag, and I'm like, that's a backpack. I don't
use guys.
She does not go. That's not use guys. It's you guys.
You guys.
It's you guys. But she does. She has been in Texas long enough
to get
like
the y'all.
Half a decade that she has y'all.
Y'all.
She has y'all.
Y'all is just good.
And y'all's
just,
great. It's
everyone should use it. Y'all.
It's gender neutral. It saves time. It rolls right off the tongue. And it's just great. You know what the name of our trivia team that we play in trivia night?
No.
The All Y'alls.
All Y'alls.
It started because the first time we went, it was country night, so we did it then to be country, and then we just haven't been clever enough to come up with a new name. So it's brand now, so people know who we are. The All Y'alls.
All Y'alls. Yeah. I think more places should accept the all.
Yeah, it's good. She's playing Beavertown a lot. Timberborn a lot. Mm-hmm. And apparently it's doing really well because it's
very high on the Steam list.
Top selling list.
Yeah.
It was in number 3 position. I know it got to, I think, to 1 for a little bit.
Yeah, it's very popular.
Yeah. I would like to play it. I mean, I got her a copy, so I don't.
Is that on your account?
No, it's not. I bought it. I sent it to her account.
Okay, well, we need to get her account linked to my account.
Well, I was going to link it to mine so I could play
she's
it.
family.
Yeah. The game's hard.
I'm sure.
I watched her. She started over. She's on her 3rd run, and she's doing pretty well. But I go in there sometimes, and she's like, it's rough. I've lost 100 beavers. It's like drought comes through, and she just barely gets by sometimes. Uh-huh. But Beavertown.
How many beavers are eating other beavers?
I don't think any, but I don't
when
know.
does the beaver cannibalism kick in?
I don't know if that's a mechanic yet, but it's still in early access, so maybe down the road.
Yeah.
You get woodchucked by a beaver.
How many beavers can a woodchuck beaver chuck?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I played a bunch of board games.
Yeah.
Because we had company. Eden's sister and her brother-in-law came and spent the weekend with us.
Yeah.
So we like to expose them to nerd culture and play some games.
Yeah.
They brought a copy of Monopoly Deal. It's a Monopoly card game.
Yeah. Ricky has it,
but we haven't played that yet. I haven't. But we played it. It's not as good as the Monopoly Jenga.
Monopoly Jenga is probably the best.
It very much has the mechanic of basically you're dealing cards that have properties, they have money, and then they have like rent cards and action cards.
Yeah.
So basically what you're doing is you're placing money in a bank on the table, which is what you use to pay other people's rent. And you can also lay down properties, which once you have the properties laid down, you can play a card that matches that color to collect rent on it. And if you have more of that color, the rent goes up. Now, and when you do that, everyone pays you. Mm-hmm. And but there's stuff that lets you steal properties. There's stuff that makes you move things around. But if you have no money in your bank, you have to get paid with your property because they all have values.
Yeah.
So if someone hits you with a $10 million rent and you don't have enough money, you have to give them all your property, basically. Mm-hmm. Anything in your hand is safe. So if you don't lay it down yet, and first person to get 3 full sets wins. And I don't like it. I mean, it's fine. I enjoyed playing it.
Yeah.
But every time Eden kept getting Boardwalk and Park Place and then sticking a house on it and then playing a rent card with a double rent card.
Uh-huh.
And making us pay $20 million and then
sounds like Monopoly.
Wiping us all out.
Yep.
So it very much plays like Monopoly where basically someone gets a big thing built up and then just punches
and it's just a time thing, or it's like eventually you're gonna lose.
And it shifts sometimes, where suddenly everything we played with Trey, and Trey was doing really well in the first game, and then all of a sudden Eden did that and took all of his property, and suddenly she was winning. It went from Trey's about to win to now Eden's about to win.
Yeah.
I did not do well most of the games.
Yeah.
So I don't like it.
We should talk more about this.
Then we played Incan Gold, which we've talked about a bunch
many times.
Yeah, it's basically a blackjack game about
how far you're willing to go.
Yeah,
risk,
pushing
take risk.
your luck on. It's like kind of a Russian roulette. Like how far can you go before you end up
before it bites you in the butt.
Yeah, and I won, which I come from behind victory. Like I started with very little money. I kept getting stuck with nothing or getting caught and getting out. Well, we got down to the last round. It was round 5, and everyone else ran out because they'd all been doing pretty well. And so I was just like, I've got nothing to lose. If I don't go for it, I'm going to lose.
Yeah, exactly.
And I pressed it, and I got a 12. And then I pressed it again. I got an artifact. I pressed it again. I got I don't remember if I got another artifact or then I hit a 17 gold thing. And I was like, and out. I had 53 points. Double what the next person had. And I was just like, I came from nowhere and managed to win. But it was funny because I was the only one in the temple.
Yeah.
So I was the only one going. And I was making everyone watch me flip the card to decide if I was going to go because they were all like, oh, is he going to do it? And then I did it. And then we flipped the card and all the hazards were out.
Yeah.
One of every hazard was on the table.
So you could have gone bad
at any
time.
point. It could have gone bad, and I just went bam, 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 and I just like they were just like we were at the brewery, and we were all just like wah screaming. It was really great. And then we played some Spyfall, which we've also talked about, the kind of hidden roles game where. We're all secretly at a location that we know where we are, and there's one person who's a spy who doesn't know where we are.
Yeah, and they have to figure it out.
Yeah, the whole deal is the spy's trying to figure out where we are without giving away that he doesn't know where we are. I, of course, got the first round. I got the spy, and I won. Because they were clever, and we were introducing them to the game, and they got into it pretty quick. And we had a lot of fun with that. But then we really got in. We introduced them to Clank.
Yes.
Which we were,
which everyone should be introduced to.
Which they don't play a lot of board games, so this one we were worried might be a little bit much for them. They'd never played a deck builder game before. And
in my experience, Clank is the best game to get people who are kind of like games, but not like aren't big on like big games. Big games. Clank is a good intro.
Yeah.
In my experience.
Well, they played a lot of other stuff, a lot of quick card games and stuff. And so we're like, well, Clank is really the best game I own.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I said it's going to sound like a lot at first, but you'll be fine. So we played one round, and they picked it up pretty good. I
find it hard to believe.
Well,
from what you told me,
Brandon won the first one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, first time we played, I didn't do that great. I made 65 points.
Yeah, that's not.
Got second place, and then Brandon won, and it was great, and they liked it, and then they were like, "We need to play this again. Before we leave, we need to play again." So we were already plans to play it later that night. So we went and did other stuff, and then we came back home. Even though it was 9 o'clock, 9:30, I was like, let's play Clank again. Yeah. I was like, okay, let's go for it. And so we did. And it was a weird game. I kind of hustled down, got in there, got the 15-point artifact, and I was like, I think I'm just going to get out of here.
Yeah.
I had tons of boots. I was moving. Everyone else was kind of moving slow.
Yeah.
Having trouble getting down. And then, Brandon ended up way deep in the dungeon. He was, going deep and trying to figure out, but he kept kind of making weird little mistakes and kind of ended up stuck in a loop kind of thing. And then Mal was just not getting boots. In fact, she was buying tons of... She kind of got the bad side of buying too many draw cards.
Yeah.
There was one point where she drew through her whole deck nothing but draw card until she landed on a stumble. And I was like, you have too many. She had tons of stuff.
Yeah, you gotta have other things with the draw.
So
it's a balance. You need half draws, half good stuff.
So she didn't have a lot of boots, so she was moving slowly. And I'm already secretly heading toward the exit without anyone noticing yet. And then Mal is getting beat up by the dragon nonstop. Every time we draw 2 of her cubes. And I don't have that many because I had a lot of sneak cards and minus Clank cards. So I had very few cubes in there. So, and then all of a sudden we're all getting hammered by the dragon. We're all 3/4 up our health track. And the 2 of us don't even have artifacts yet. It's going pretty bad.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it just bam, bam, bam. Mal gets killed. And she hadn't even gone below ground.
Yeah.
Nothing. She had not gone into the depths. She'd not got an artifact. So we find out it was she gets no points.
Well, yeah, you had texted me.
Yeah.
And was like, oh, we played this terrible. Yeah. This game went bad.
The end of the game was then right after that, Eden got knocked down below ground. And then Brandon was on the way out, got knocked down just above ground, I think. No, I'm sorry. No, he got knocked down just below ground.
Yeah.
So they all got 0 points. Well, we weren't sure about
because
I was like, I think you're above ground. You can count whatever points you have in your deck.
Yeah, but
then I went and counted my points. And I had 63 points because I got no one got out. I got all the way up to the top, and then because Mal got knocked down so early, we started doing dragon
constantly.
Attack,
dragon attack,
and the game ended, and we all got knocked down.
Yeah.
And so I got all the way up to almost the entrance before I got killed.
Yeah.
But I got 63 points.
Yeah, because you texted me, it was like, man, this game, I had 63 points. Mal has 23 points, and then you were telling me about it, and I was like, wait, she didn't get an artifact? No, she didn't get one. I was like, then she has no points.
Yeah, and I went and double-checked, looked at the rules. I'm like, you're right.
Because you were like, I don't think that's true. I was like, well,
I couldn't find it when I first looked for it, but it was in a different section.
Yeah, and it is because otherwise, as soon as someone gets a gem card, they would just run out and win. So you got to have an artifact.
Well, you can't leave the dungeon without an artifact. Yeah. But I didn't know if you just fell down before you even got an artifact.
You don't score if you don't have an artifact.
Yeah. So everyone got 0 points. And I was the only one who made any points, but nobody got out of the dungeon. Mm-hmm. It was a rough game.
That's why I love Clank, because it can go sideways. It can go really well. It can go, and I've played it so many times. I just thoroughly enjoy playing Clank. Yeah. And I may have to buy a base set now that we don't live together. Mm-hmm. I have the space one, which I got.
Clank in Space.
I have Clank in Space, which is nice, but I find myself going, when I want to introduce people to it, I want the base game. I mean, it's the same, but it's got some differences, and
it's a little harder to wrap your head around on.
Yeah, and the board is a little less interesting to look at, or not less interesting, but a little more.
It's got some extra mechanics laid on top of Clank that are a little weird.
Well, yeah,
and then also if you have a foundation of knowing Clank before you play it.
And then it doesn't have the theme like as strong of a you're going into the depths as the maps are all laid out that way and it's very visual and it works pretty good. You kind of lose a little bit of that in the space version. Yeah. So I kind of don't like
the modules.
Yeah, and it's fun. It's a nice twist to it, but I kind of want to have the regular game.
Yeah, I'd like to buy more of the boards. I have the Sunken Treasure board, and I have a couple of the starter decks, which we don't play a lot because they shank up the starter decks for everyone. Yeah. And then also, like, a lot of times we're introducing new players. So I don't want to start.
Yeah, if you play with people that played a lot, then those come into play.
Those are a lot of fun.
So I may have to get a copy just to have the base game. Yeah. And then once I get people used to it, and then I'll throw the because or I'm just gonna always be borrowing your copy.
You all borrowed my copy last time, and y'all left the. Y'all got it a little mixed up.
I didn't realize it till like a month or so later. I had the instruction book. Yeah, we had left over.
Yeah, because I was looking through it, and I could not find I was missing a starter card.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, I couldn't find it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I finally was like looking through, and I couldn't. It wasn't in any of the other stats.
I didn't know that.
I had to go sort through and it ended up being buried in the full deck. It got slept in there. Yeah. So I was a little worried, like I don't know where this one is. I'm missing one, but now I found it.
Okay, good.
And then there were several mercenary cards also in the main deck, and I'm like, that's fine.
Well, it was one of those things where we were playing with the bread, and they and they weren't board gamers, and so they're not used to the, and they were trying to help me put it up, and
so I was trying to do it quickly, neurotic as I am.
and me really too. So it was just kind of a rush thing, and I don't know how I left the instruction booklet. Yeah. I didn't realize we didn't have it until they.
With that game, I know so well, I don't need the instruction booklet, but so it wouldn't have been a big deal. But.
Yeah, but I mean, you can print another one or whatever, but still, it's. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Clank's a good game. It's still one of my favorite games. I mean, we've been playing it for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
And still one of my favorite games.
Yeah, it's great. I enjoy introducing new people to it.
I think it's the perfect game to introduce people to a board game because it's got enough complexities.
Yeah. It teaches you how to use it to do deck building stuff.
It teaches you how to do deck building. It teaches some, basics of board games, and it's not just like Monopoly or stuff like that. And then it's got layers of strategy, so it can be simple or it can be complicated as you kind of want to throw yourself into it. Or you can just focus on doing like one thing and kind of get the game.
Yeah. Ian's sister and brother-in-law bought a copy.
Really? Already?
Yeah. They pretty much bought, they were like, what was the name of that game? And they were ordering, a bunch of stuff. So we were turning them into board gamers because they're been, every time we introduce some stuff that they like, they almost instantly buy a copy. Yeah. They're just like, oh, we're going to get this. We want
Clank. And so
good. He bought Clank, and then he also was like, what sleeves did you get? Because I was like, you sleeved all of it? He was like, yes.
Yes.
You shuffle these cards constantly, and I sleeve all my games anyway. But if I do now for sure. Yeah. And I still have a bunch of sleeves. But yeah. Speaking of Clank, we need to do our last. We have one game left, a legacy with the Cartwrights, and we haven't done that yet. And you need to wrap it up so we can do some more charter stuff.
Yeah,
it'll be a week or so because
it's going to be a while. Well, because you're going to be gone next weekend. I'm gone the weekend after that, and then the weekend after that, there's some.
We're doing a
we're doing a thing that weekend, which we might be able to get the game in.
Yeah, we probably can do
for that, but so it's probably going to be a while.
Yeah. I don't want to play it. In fact, because they were looking up the game, they were like, "What is Clank Legacy?" And I was kind of explaining to them what a legacy game was, and he was like, "Go get Charterstone and show that to him." And so I brought it out and showed them kind of how the game changes, and they were like, "Oh, that's weird and complicated." I'm like, it is, but it's a lot. You learned as you go, and it's a lot of fun.
And if it's a game you not play, usually it's built to teach you the game too.
Exactly. Charterstone. Just like literally,
in fact,
read this card and it teaches you each mechanic one piece at a time.
And in fact, the Clank Legacy is kind of like that. It actually strips back some of the basic game to and then it adds them in. Some of the items aren't in it in the normal game right away. It takes a game or two to get to it.
Yeah, because backpacks aren't in the.
Yeah, exactly. You can't get.
You can keep calling them book bags in the game. I don't know if you know this.
At least call it a satchel.
It's a backpack. It's where you carry
bag of
artifacts.
holding.
You don't put books. None of the books are artifacts or books.
No book.
Also, Mal kept calling boots steps, and I thought that was funny.
Steps.
I have 2 steps.
That's accurate.
Yeah.
That's a good way to do it.
It's fun. It's fun.
It took me a long time to really know what the blue triangles
skills.
Skill
point.
I know, but for like the first
they tripped up on it a few times because they kept calling it money.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, it's not money. It's like, here's what I always have to drill in my head. These are skill points.
Yeah.
That's what they're spending.
I was calling it spending power for a long time. I have 2 spending power, and I
and 3 gold coins.
And because I always forget, and then I'd go coins. So it was always I would always forget what the answer was. It was called skills, and I was like, but I want to play Clank now.
Yeah, it's great. In fact, after Eden was like, I really want to play again. You want to see if Dud and Jess want to play? And but y'all were busy.
Jess was busy. Well, Jess was having a lazy day and wanted to keep it that way.
Yeah.
We didn't even get free dinner because we were just like, nah, we want to stay.
Totally did. I delivered it to you.
I'm getting free dinner.
I didn't want to do it. I said, I'll just keep this. Yeah, so that's all I've played.
Well,
this week.
That's good. I've only played the 2Ds.
I'm going to keep playing Deathloop because I love it.
That's all I've done is I'm doing the 2Ds this week and last week, and I'll do it again this week. We got Deathloop and Diablo 2.
Yeah.
And
Deathloop is so much fun.
It's fun.
I
don't think I'm getting into it as much as you are. I do like playing it.
I find myself thinking about it a lot. And I want to just keep going back.
I don't.
And I get in a mode of like, sometimes I go through a loop and I'm just like going through an area and I'm like, I know where everyone is. And I just start killing everyone. I just murder all of the people. It's like, one point I was in Updom and I was just wandering around. I was like, I don't think there's any people left here. I think I've killed everyone. And I was like, just kind of looking around.
There's things
just running through the map going, I don't know where.
There's things that will bring more people in.
Yeah.
I had a thing at one point when I was doing a thing, and I was
I
killed everything.
If you have an alert or something, and people will come in. But yeah, I like it, and there's all these little hidden things in it, and there's some areas I haven't explored as much, so I've been like really heavily like going through and just.
I will talk
about every detail.
You said you didn't have any problem. I did have some problems.
Yeah.
I did have when I first got it. My game would crash.
Oh yeah.
But my computer wasn't up to date, and I had to update the video drivers. Yeah. And once I restarted, that's the graphic errors I was getting went away.
Yeah.
But I have had the at least earlier in the week, the freezing kind of just the whole frame freezing and then catching and coming back. I've had that happen a few times. And then
I think
today
it's done that once to me, and that's
it's only done it a couple times. But today I had a weird thing happen where I died, and then I went to the little loadout, going back to like the briefing or whatever, what happened. Nothing showed on the screen. It just showed the characters.
Oh, weird.
And it didn't show the information on what happened.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't do anything. It wouldn't. I hit escape. It wouldn't do anything. Hit enter, nothing. And I finally just had to F4 and kill it.
Yeah.
To get out.
Oh.
So it was a weird, but.
Yeah, I haven't had much of anything like that. Like
I
said, I've had a few holds, and then that's it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. And then sometimes when I'm looking down a scope, with the view through the scope sometimes gets flickery. But other than that,
I haven't had that.
Any problems with it.
I did have a weird thing where it's like I kept looking down the sight of my rifle, and it was shifted and it was wrong. And then I was like, man, what happened? It's bonked on me. I can't use my rifle because I can't see what I'm sighting. It turns out it was jammed.
Oh.
And you can still look down the sight, but it's
yeah.
And so
I forget the jamming is a thing.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't happen that often.
No. But when it does.
At least the way I play, where I'm moving quietly and stealth killing a lot of people, I don't run into jams much.
Yeah. And neither do I. So,
I did have a thing where I was playing and I got a new weapon and I couldn't see it.
Yeah.
I was like,
mine will disappear sometimes.
It disappeared, and I was like, in fact, it was a weapon that had two. I had two guns.
Yeah.
One was there, one was not. And I was like, I looked on the site, and I was looking at nothing. And so I changed weapon and changed back, and it showed up.
Yeah.
Like,
I've had the weapon just randomly disappear.
Yeah.
But usually I go down the site or do something and it'll come back.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
It's really random. But
other than that,
it runs great.
It runs fine.
It looks great.
Uh-huh.
I enjoy it a lot. I want to go play it after we're done.
Yeah.
But it might be too late. I don't know.
Yeah. Shall we move to the news? Big news this week. Stop it.
What is it now?
It's news. You feel good about this?
I do.
Okay. Well, you don't have time for that. There was a Nintendo Direct this week.
Yes, there was.
It was a long one.
Yes.
They showed off a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
I watched parts of it.
I read about it later.
I
wish I had, because I've been like, what the hell is happening? Am I having a stroke?
So they announced the new Kirby game.
Which looks cool.
Which looks good. It's
like
an open world, exploration, apocalyptic place with
it's Kirby Forgotten City?
Forgotten Land. Forgotten Land.
Yeah. Looks cool. I'm excited about it.
I'm in too. It looks
like... Did it have a release date?
2022.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I have a firm date, but I think it's 2022.
Okay.
It looks good. It looks like they're doing giving Kirby like the Mario Odyssey, Breath of the Wild treatment, and that's pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
So go check that out.
Mm-hmm.
They also announced the cast for the Mario movie.
Yeah,
the animated Mario movie.
Yeah, which I didn't.
Which
know
I have a list.
Yeah, nobody knew what they were doing, I guess.
No, we talked about it on the show.
Are they?
Yes.
Did we?
Yes.
I didn't know they were doing it.
We have talked about it.
I didn't remember it.
Yeah, they're doing an animated movie.
I didn't know that. I didn't remember that.
I'm pretty sure I've talked about it.
Okay.
I
didn't remember it.
Some people have opinions on the casting.
Yes.
So I'm just going to go down the list real quick. Chris Pratt is playing Mario.
Yeah, it's a strange choice.
Not my first choice.
Yeah, I guess I'll wait and hear his Mario voice. But
yeah.
But I mean, if he throws maybe some Andrew Dwyer with an Italian accent,
maybe it might work.
I don't know.
Apparently, a guy tweeted a joke about it like a year ago. It was like, oh, they're gonna cast someone like Chris Pratt for it, and that's who it is.
Yeah.
Anya Taylor-Joy is playing Princess Peach.
Yeah.
Charlie Day for Luigi.
At first, I thought, really?
Yeah.
That's a weird choice.
Yeah.
I would have thought maybe him for, like, Toad.
Yeah.
Because, Toad has that raspy voice thing going.
Yeah.
I could see Charlie being like, you kind of just going, And but the more I think about it, I kind of picture him in like when his voice gets kind of high. And just add him doing an Italian accent. I'm like, okay,
yeah,
I can see it. I think
so. Yeah. Jack Black is Bowser, which seems weird.
It seems a little weird, but it's not a terrible choice.
I mean, Jack Black's got some range.
He does
on his voice, so I think
I'm really interested to hear all of these people.
Yeah. Keegan-Michael Key?
Yes.
Who's Toad?
Yes.
I can see that
It's
working.
funny to me.
Yeah, it's funny.
I mean, he's fantastic. But my first initial thought was him and Charlie Day should swap.
I thought
Mike, Keegan should be Luigi.
Yeah.
And Charlie Day should be Toad. But now I'm kind of settled into it.
I'm okay with it. I like those actors.
Yeah,
so
I enjoy all of them. So I'm giving them the benefit of a doubt.
Yeah, and we're getting some more details just from the casting because we know some Donkey Kong characters are going to be in it. Because Seth Rogen is playing Donkey Kong, which works.
Works great. It's perfectly. Perfect. I think it's perfect.
It's perfect.
Yeah, it's excellent.
And who's
there are no notes, nothing.
And who's playing his grandfather, Cranky Kong?
Oh, I didn't know this.
Fred Armisen.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I did not see that.
Cranky Kong is in it as well, and he's played by
hilarious.
Fred Armisen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Which should be interesting.
Yeah, he's great.
There's some other casting announced, but I didn't know them. But also, they've even said the guy who normally does the Mario voice in the games, which you would normally think, why didn't they just get him?
Yeah, why don't they just get him?
He's going to be in the movie.
Yes.
As a special cameo, but he's not playing Mario. I don't know. They were kind of weird and vague about it. So
yeah, it's really strange.
Really bizarre.
It's a bizarre choice, but we'll see.
We'll see. It's going to be 2022, holiday 2022. So it'll be a year before we see it. But we'll see.
We shall see.
Also, they announced that their Nintendo 64 and Sega Genesis game are coming to Switch Online.
Yeah, so it's the Nintendo 64. Yeah.
Yes, that's what did I say?
You said it. It just sounded
Nintendo
weird.
64.
Yeah, you kind of yawned through it.
Oh, I'm sorry. N64.
I just wanted to make sure we covered the clarity.
N64 and Sega Genesis games are coming to Switch Online sometime in October.
Yes.
Will likely be an extra cost.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's like
probably going to be like $1 or $2 or something.
Probably. I mean, normally it's only $3. I mean, Nintendo Online is really cheap.
Yeah, it's like $20 a year.
Yeah, a year. It's like, nothing.
Yeah.
When you compare it to the other things.
Yeah.
I pay $65 for PlayStation that I barely use.
Yeah, I don't do that.
So it's going to have an extra cost. They haven't said what it is yet.
Yeah.
They also announced the controllers for those consoles.
Yes.
Wireless versions are available for $49.99, so you can get a 3-prong hand herder.
Blister wearer.
Blister maker.
Yeah, I kind of had forgot about it until some people were talking about it on something I was reading. And I was like, oh, yeah.
Well,
like wearing blisters and holes in your hand playing Mario Party?
Mario Party is not on there yet. So, or at least they haven't announced it. So no worries yet.
Yes.
No worries yet.
But yeah, we used to injure ourselves.
Yeah. We used to
people would get sued over that now.
Yeah,
my child has 4 hands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
our parents just like, maybe don't play so hard. What are you doing?
Just don't do that.
Don't do that. But we gotta win.
They've announced a list. It's not a big list of what games are coming.
Yeah.
But I threw a few on here as a highlight. Super Mario 64, obviously.
Yeah.
Which I don't really need because I already bought it.
I don't have it, so I will probably get on there and play it.
Mario Kart 64.
Cool.
Obvious.
Cool.
Star Fox 64, which I'm actually really excited about because I have not played that game in a long time.
Yeah.
And I would like to replay it.
Yeah.
I remember enjoying it very much.
Yeah.
Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
Then there's some other stuff.
Yeah, there's some that are coming out later. They said majority.
Yeah, those are the ones that, and then all the Sega games I didn't know.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested to check those out because I never played it. Other than one of the Sonic games, I played it a bit.
Yeah, I'm not
other than
familiar.
that, I've never played any of those Sega games.
That'll be fun.
We did not have that console.
We were not a Sega family.
No.
So we did not have that.
We were a Nintendo home.
Mm-hmm. A Nintendo home, yes. Welcome to our Nintendo home.
Yes.
Blister gloves are over there.
Yes. Make sure you put a Band-Aid down. Double up.
Yeah. We got some replacement covers for those Joy-Con joysticks.
Maybe they at least made the joystick softer on the head like the new one.
Well, I don't think. I hope so. I hope they don't rip off like the old ones used to.
Yeah.
And you had the plastic
rough
end, and made it even worse.
Yeah.
If
it was
lost,
not usable.
If you rub the nub off,
rub the nub. Yeah.
You were into hurt when you were playing Mario. Yeah. So we always fight over who got the controller that actually had the right.
I had my own controller.
You had your own, but
I still have it somewhere.
Yeah, it's in a box at the house.
Mine was a normal two-handle controller. It was not the weird. I never liked
not a Trident.
Yeah, I loved that controller.
Other things from the Direct. They've said that the final Smash character will be announced October 5th.
Yeah.
So we'll see what that is.
Does anyone have any speculations?
There's all kinds of speculation, but
It's
probably going to be
Waluigi.
It's going to be a JRPG character we've never heard of, and then we'll go on with our lives.
Yeah. For a game we have not played, or Fire Emblem.
Yeah, or Fire Emblem. Which I haven't played either.
I played a little bit.
There's also going to be an Animal Crossing Direct in October, which will cover the new update that's coming in November.
Yeah, I haven't played that in a while.
I haven't either.
I've been off Animal Crossing.
Yeah. See, Pokemon, the card game.
Yes.
The collectible card game. TCG is getting a new digital app that'll be free. You can collect cards and play the game. Which
really?
Apparently people do.
I didn't. I have a bunch.
I may have played. We collected them.
I think we may have played
once or twice, and then just whatever, just collect them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, apparently there was an app.
Yeah.
You could play. Apparently it was dated and wasn't great. Well, this is the new one. It's called Pokemon TCG Live. And so it's supposed to be better and updated. And,
do you have to pay for cards?
No, it's free. I mean, it has a collecting mechanic. I don't know how it works.
I might check that out.
Yeah.
Just to see how that game actually plays.
Yeah, I don't know how the collecting of the cards work.
Yeah.
I assume it's something like you play and you can win cards and do stuff like that. Epic has confirmed that Fortnite will not be on any Apple products for at least 5 years.
Yeah.
After the lawsuit, which, generally speaking, didn't seem to go well for anybody.
No.
Didn't do a lot, but also didn't do it. Neither side got what they wanted, really.
Yeah.
I'd say Apple probably came out better than anybody could.
I don't know.
But anyway, so if you played Fortnite on an iPhone for whatever reason,
well, because you're probably 12.
Yeah, and you had an iPhone.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, can't play Fortnite on your iPhone anymore.
No.
Yeah, or your iPad.
Yeah.
That's it.
What about their Apple TV?
No. I don't even think it was on there already.
It was on everything else.
It was. It could download it. They could run it.
Now available on your Roku TV.
Fortnite.
Fire TV.
TI-89 edition.
You got a Commodore 64? It'll run Fortnite now.
Yeah.
Cross-compatible.
God. Oh, man. I wonder if someone's tried to run just like the Doom thing is just what will not run Fortnite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, what else you got?
That's it.
That's it?
That's it. That's the news.
All right. Well, let's close up shop.
Yeah.
Please
let's go get some pop.
Let's get some now, or get our book bag and go get some pop.
And get some pop.
Yeah, we have to say it too loud. Eden will come in here and stare at me.
She's in Beavertown.
I love her very much.
She's marrying it out in Beavertown.
Yes, I as much as I give her shit, I love her very much. I just wanted her to know that. She doesn't listen to this
no
show.
one cares, Daniel.
But I'm covering my ass. Please go to cover your ass by going to our website at dudleydan.com. What? You're interrupting the
yes,
outro.
I'm interrupting the outro because I just remembered we are on Amazon Music now.
Oh.
So if you it's another app you can listen to our show on.
If not write reviews about us.
and so if you have Amazon Prime and you use Amazon Music, which I discovered is a feature.
Yeah.
You get a bunch of free music that way. We're on there now. So if you want to, to Amazon Music.
Okay, so go to Amazon Music and subscribe to us. Write us a review. You can also go find us on duddan.com. That's DUDNANDAN.com, and you can like, comment, subscribe, and write us a review wherever you listen to us on iTunes, Stitcher, whatever you do, Spotify, and that helps us out. Please go out, take a moment to do that. And thank you very much for listening. I'm Dan May.
And I'm Dudley May. And this has been Dud and Dan.